There's a moment in every man's life when something inside him breaks. Not loudly, not all at once, but slowly, silently, in the quiet hours, when no one's watching, when he realizes he's lost himself. If you're a man over 30, you've felt it. But if you ignore it, that's the moment you never come back from. Keep watching. Because if this resonates, it's not too late. It doesn't start with a bang. It starts with small trades. You trade your dreams for comfort. You trade your ambition for peace. You trade your edge for acceptance. And nobody notices. Not your friends, not even your partner. But you do. You notice it when you stop chasing challenges, when your mornings start later, when your gut tells you to speak up, but you stay silent. That's not peace. That's erosion, and it's death in disguise. If any part of you just whispered, "He's talking about me," pause. Comment, "I'm still in the fight." Because awareness is where the climb begins. There's a moment where most men lose the fight entirely. It's not when they lose a job, or a relationship, or even a loved one. It's when they lose belief that they can start again. That's the fracture. And once that belief is gone, they stay in bad jobs. They stay in cold marriages. They stay in bodies they hate and lives they didn't choose. They exist, but they don't live. This is why most men die with regret. Not because they aimed too high, but because they stopped aiming. We've created a world where men are told to soften, to apologize, to dim their power. You were never meant to be average. You were built to protect, to build, to lead. But if you hand that over in exchange for comfort, don't be surprised when nobody respects you. Not your boss, not your woman, not even your kids. And maybe you don't respect you either. If you've felt that quiet disgust in your own reflection, hit like. That's not weakness. That's your instincts screaming for change. Here's what separates the broken from the forged. One decision, not 10, not a year-long plan. One. One moment when you say, enough. When you stop blaming. When you stop apologizing for wanting more. When you stop explaining yourself to people who will never understand. One moment when you take a cold shower, lift a weight, turn off the screen, write the business plan, tell her the truth. And from that moment, you're back. The moment a man takes action, his eyes change. He walks differently, speaks less, smiles slower. Why? Because he remembers who he is. And people around him notice. His woman leans in, his kids look up. The world gets quieter. Not because it changed, but because he did. There's no cavalry, no savior, no second chance that isn't earned. You are the hero. And this is your moment. Most men will scroll past this. But if you're still here, if your chest feels tight right now, then you already know it's your time. Stop consuming. Start creating. Stop waiting. Start building. Because the world doesn't need another man who disappears quietly. It needs one who comes back from the brink. Subscribe if this lit a fire in you. Comment, "I'm back," and make damn sure your next move is forward.